So like,
What makes me nervous is that my hat will not be straight. And as you can see from the different angles, it looks straight in some cameras, but not in others.
so how do I know if this is mute or not mute?
Well, I think, Jamie, we have to actually wait until people tell us how we sound.
So that is only attached to YouTube, just so you know.
So people are probably saying, what? What is that? Guys, we're getting big time here. We are moving up in the world. Hey, folks, Lester and Jamie here, and we want to welcome you to another edition of Sunday Live.
Sunday Fun Day, Sunday.
Yeah, we've given nicknames to all of the other lives. We have nicknamed your Timeout Tuesday, which is Tuesdays at 6. That's on Facebook and on your YouTube from Suits to Boots. We've given a name to Bake with Jake, which is Jake's Live. That comes to you every Thursday at 6 p.m. That's Central Time. And that's on Jake's YouTube. Jake's YouTube, which is Shirtless Jake Homestead.
Yeah.
And then, of course, we've given Lunch with Lester, Longhorn Lester. Lunch with Longhorn Lester. We've given that a name, a title, which comes on every Friday at noon on both Facebook and YouTube. I'm a Survivor Sanctuary. But we've never given a name to our Sundays. We've never given a name to our Sundays.
If you have anything clever to call our Sundays, by all means, let us know and we'll figure it out.
Look how fancy we're getting. Look how fancy we're getting.
I want to know, can YouTube hear us? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, YouTube, it's important to know if you can hear us and how we sound, hopefully better than normal. And so if someone from the YouTube can let us know how we sound, and I see a bunch of yeses.
Okay.
And then those who say no, that's because you have us on mute, probably because you see me talking. That leads me to a really funny comment. Now, everyone knows that I don't like to focus on the negative, even though I can't help it. I don't like to focus on the negative, even though I can't help it. For Christ's sake, I can't help it, Jamie. And so I made a video recently. It was actually an older video that I never posted on YouTube. You know, sometimes more important issues come up, more pressing issues come up, and they end up having to be played ahead of some things that already had happened. Yeah. And sometimes the video will get pushed back a little bit. So I had a video from right around Christmas that I had made. This is back when Carl was still in the front pasture with the littles.
That was a while ago.
That was a month and a week ago when we moved him. And so that's how long that video has been pushed back. But in that video, it was funny because I talk about the ghost following, the mysterious ghost following that a lot of pages have. It's not just unique to I'm a Survivor. What?
Nothing. I had an itch.
Oh, what that means when you say a ghost following, it can sometimes be a little surprising or eye-opening when let's just give it an easy number of 100. Let's just say that you have 100,000 people that are subscribed to your page or that follow your page. And yet when you post a video, you only see likes or views from a fraction of that. And then when you actually look at how many people engaged with it, it could be like 10%, so 10,000. And it makes you think to yourself, well, wait a minute, if there's 100,000 people who are having access to watch this video, how come only 10,000 are watching it? Now I'm just putting facetious numbers out there because all of our channels have a different ghost following. And so it was funny. I saw a lot of comments that said it's not the number that counts, it's the quality of it's the loyalty. And I saw a lot of neat comments. But one lady, man, of course, this is the one that I focus on. One lady goes, I used to watch the videos a lot more until Lester became so flashy. Lester became so flashy. Guys, you know I only wear this during the lives.
Time out. Lester has always been flashy. Okay.
Take that back.
Lester has always been flashy. He just doesn't so much share all of that. We'll just say he's gotten more comfortable with sharing his flashiness.
So Jamie's making that up. Since you've known me, I've never worn any jewelry.
No, I'm teasing.
No
I'm
necklaces.
completely teasing.
I don't wear a watch. I don't wear rings. Now, there have been times in my life when I used to,
I'm teasing.
but I don't flash it up anymore. I don't wear flashy. And this lady says, I used to watch it when it was all about the animals and not Lester being so flashy. And then someone else piggybacked off of her comment and said, I also watched it until Lester began to take over, all about me, taking over Jake's live, taking over Jamie's live. And I'm like, oh my God. But so these two people said it, but there were 10 people who liked their comment. There were 10 people who liked that comment.
And
Jamie.
You know what their goal was?
To make me talk about it?
Yes.
Well, I didn't mention any names. I will not mention their names. And I did not pin it. So one person came to my defense, and it was, I love this. I actually clicked a little heart and like on this one. She said, she goes, a lot of people call it cancel culture. She goes, I just call it a choice. She goes, you have a choice in what you watch. And she goes, if it's your choice, you don't have to try to cancel the program or cancel the show or cancel the business because you don't agree with something. You have a choice to not watch. Thank you. I appreciate that because it's true. People do have a choice. But
some people say it's your flashy Crocs. That's
the Crocs.
That's exactly what she means. Those are new. I will say that those are not a thing that's always been a part of Lester's life. So she's right. She's so right, everyone.
I would never. That's funny. I would never show up if I wasn't invited. And I only showed up once when I wasn't invited. That was to your live. But invited. Y'all were doing karaoke. I had to sing, Jamie. I am a singer.
Listen, you're always invited. We are a team, and I said that in the last time that we talked about this because we're a team. There is no like, Lester, you can't come to this. Like, there's no party that you're not invited to. And by party, I mean anything in my life, not live.
No, but here's the way I feel about it. I think that for a lot of people, when they want to go to see Jake's live or Jamie's live, they probably want a chance with more of a one-on-one experience. And I totally get that. Jason over at Cog Hill, he likes to dance while he farms. Okay. Daniel over at Arms Family, he talks to himself while he farms. He talks to himself in selfie mode. He walks around with his camera in selfie mode and he talks to himself the whole day, the entire day. But what I do is sing. I sing while I farm. And I'm not saying that Jason's not a good dancer, and I'm not saying that Daniel is not very well spoken. They are. I'm still trying to perfect my craft, okay? And when I saw y'all were having a karaoke and I was not invited, I thought I might contribute a little something.
Oh, you contributed.
And so if y'all ever catch me in a video where I'm singing, I know I'm not blessing the world with my voice, okay? I know you're not hearing the angels come out, but I do enjoy singing.
Well, here's the thing that I say about that. Just because it may not sound so perfect like the original singer or anything like that, what we do see when you're singing is your happiness.
Thank you. I'm trying to shine my light.
It's your light. And you know what? There's something about that. And the people that can see that or can see the humor in it, that you don't care what you sound like. I think that's the most amazing part of whenever you share that part of you.
Isn't that funny how at some point you stop caring what people think? Even though we sit here and start off and say, someone tell me I'm too flashy. I can't believe you would say that. No, you do care what people think, but you don't let it change who you are. And that's the key, I think. That is the key. It's okay to see what they think, but it would be worse if I tried to change.
That's true.
That would take away the essence of Lester.
Yeah.
And so go ahead and put those comments and talk about, well, I'm one of your ghost followers because you're too flashy. And it is what it is, but I'm not going to change who I am. And I don't think that y'all would appreciate that. I know you wouldn't appreciate that if I changed who I was.
To accommodate somebody that says,
someone.
I can't stand to hear you me sing, Lester? No, I would be mad because if you stopped singing, I would continually follow you around and be like, what's wrong? Tell me what's wrong. Did I do something? And it would go down this path and it would change our reality. And I would never want that.
Yeah,
because that's one of my favorite things. Do you know, I'm going to tell a story that you may not even remember because it's been so long ago.
Oh, wow.
Do you know, in the very beginning, when Lester and I first started dating, there was a song that you would wake up in the morning singing. You would come out of the bathtub singing, and you were just singing. And I was like, man, I thought it was like for me. Like, I was like, God, he's singing to me in the morning. Like, he feels the same way I do, and I feel the same way he does.
I know the song.
And then I realized he just sings every morning.
I know you loved him.
That's not the song.
A long time ago. That's not the one?
No.
So do you want to know something funny about song is that Jamie used to accuse me of infidelities and adultery and all kinds of things because of the song I would wake up singing. She told me that was my subconscious trying to tell on myself. And so I wake up to a song every day and I will end up singing that as I go throughout the day. I sometimes cannot get it out of my head.
All in jest, y'all. There was no, like when Lester says that, I'll be like, what did you do last night there? Like, what's on your mind that you're singing that song? Or
I'm like, I'm on that couch. I was sleeping with you. I was scratching your feet till I fell asleep. And no, but if I wake up singing about the woman in red or about the, she is like,
whatever.
We have had a rough day. And I'm happy to see you smiling for a change because I've been watching.
Today, and I don't even the thought of it right now is made like you can turn on that switch.
No,
instantly.
I didn't mean to bring that back, but we've had a rough morning, y'all. And
look at it.
No.
Can we go back to laughing? Seriously, look, this is a wreck.
Today is the first day that we don't have a little list, an agenda of topics to discuss. Because our morning has been a really rotten and lousy morning. So there, of course, in fashion, we will release videos when it's timely. But we did lose a baby. We also had to have our horse dentist come out and pull a tooth. And we also had our ostriches, ladies' legs looked at. You all know we've had an issue with Wanda. We've had an issue with Tiny Tina and some leg issues. And all that happened this morning. All of that happened today. And so I don't know how we pulled it together to make it here in time for live.
I haven't pulled it together just yet, but.
Well, we have good support. We have Ellie there. We have Jacob at the house, and they've done their part to help out. And we just, we're blessed to know people who are in the know when it comes to birds and the bird species. We're blessed to have a really amazing vet that will travel out and give us a lot of answers. Tiny Tim's tooth. You heard me right, tooth. Tiny Tim's tooth, the one that y'all noticed, the tusk that is turned around and is growing back into his skin. We had that looked out. We had that looked at, and we've come up with a plan of action, a course of action to take care of that. All of which will come out in a very soon a video. Just give me a couple of days to build it and create it, and then upload it, and then schedule it. Go ahead and say, baby.
No. So my emotions are all over the place today. Clearly, a little bit of a wreck. So, I'm just going to say that we had one of the geese pass away because people are freaking out and going, is it Carl? Is it this? So one of the geese passed away, which was rough, but not like crazy emotional. And then the other thing that I did not record and did not say anything about yet is that I walked out this morning and we had two of the new baby ducks had passed away last night.
They drowned.
Yeah.
They drowned. How in the world does a little duck on its own get into water because they're learning, they want to learn, and they get into the water, yet they won't get themselves out.
So they drowned because the water was too cold, not because they couldn't, they were like,
they can't swim
or anything like that.
Oh, they swim.
Yeah.
Great.
The water was too cold, which slows down their ability to move basically. And then they drown. And then I noticed Dixie over the last couple of days was struggling with just eating. She was eating slower and things. So we called the dentist out, and
The horse dentist.
The horse dentist, not my dentist. And it hurts me to watch an animal. I'm gonna cry. It hurts me to watch her go through that.
He gave her not a tranquilizer. Was that a tranquilizer?
Yeah.
He gave her a tranquilizer to where she had no idea what was going on. It was enough to where she could still stand. And of course, they have their tools they use to pry open her mouth, which that's painful to watch.
It is. So it's hard for me to watch her in that. And then to see her coming down off of it afterwards, she just looks defeated and so sad. And she did have to have another tooth pulled, and you'll see it all in Lester's video. But anyway, so it's hard for me to watch her be in pain on top of that. I also hate the dentist. Okay. I pretty much have about $1 million mouth because I've been in the dentist since I was 5. And Lester.
Hey, I'm not bragging. God will punish me if I brag. So I'm not bragging.
Lester's never even had to go to the dentist for anything because he has perfect, magical, self-cleaning mouth.
So someone's going to zoom in on that. Someone's going to do not. I refuse to even acknowledge a screenshot of that. But I'm blessed. I have never had a cavity in my life. Now I'm 50 years old, and I'm going to blame it on good well water. I think that water from the well, and mom and dad never
good genes.
Maybe good genes, but my mom and dad both have dentures, and my dad had all of his teeth removed before when he was younger than me. My dad had top dentures put in when he was probably in his 30s or 40s. And I know that because he would embarrass me. He was a teacher at my school, and dad would take his top dentures and stick them out. And he'd walk around like that just to be funny because his students would say, "Hey, Mr. Morrow." And he'd go. And me, I was never in my dad's class, but me having to see that was my dad walking around campus with his teeth like that because all the kids were laughing at him, that was embarrassing. So I know my dad was very young when he had to have all of his teeth pulled. So I don't know whose genes that would come from. But I've always taken decent care of my teeth. Now, they're not the straightest as far as I got the little chips and stuff here and there, but I've been blessed. I've never had teeth issues. I've never had my wisdom teeth pulled. How does that happen? I've never had anything done to my mouth. I've never had mouth pain, and I feel like my teeth are pretty good. I gotta look. Can we just get off of my teeth?
No, but what I'm saying is so I hate going to the dentist. Like that is it is probably worse than going to the female doctor. It is worse than going to the female doctor. I would rather go do all of those things and let anybody do anything they want to there, but I don't want this is awful. So watching my horse go through it and knowing that I can't hold her afterwards, I guess.
You held her all right. You held her fine.
But
you held her and cried.
I know.
And the vet sitting there looking at her what's wrong with you?
Yeah. What's wrong with this lady?
Weird. Yeah. And I'm like, could you give her one of those tranquilizers?
I did. I was like, could I just a little?
Dixie's sitting like this and drools just coming out of her mouth.
Okay, we can sit next to each other and just drool together. It would be fine.
Yeah, so. Bucky's and Voodoo were fine. There was nothing to do. Nothing to do. He didn't have to do the floating. He didn't do anything. They're fine. No. And so it makes you wonder because he said, do you feed her something different than them? And we said no. He says, do you feed them sweet feed? And we said no. We feed the Dr. Poles the senior horse formula.
Yeah.
And so he looked at the ingredients and he didn't see anything wrong with that. I don't know why that girl is so vulnerable or prone to teeth issues because that's the second tooth that he's had to pull.
It makes me I know obviously that genetics have a big deal on it and younger life. She wasn't with us our whole life, so we don't know everything about her history, and dental decay and things take a long time to develop, but it could be hormones, it could be acidic. There's so much we just don't know as a sanctuary that we don't know about the history of all of our babies. So
I've developed a sweat ring around my hat. Do you see that?
It's cute.
It wasn't visible.
Are you hot?
No. It happened earlier.
Oh, I'm not hot.
I didn't realize it until I see that we have the little light ring that helps illuminate us in the room. And as I'm sitting here looking at the different cameras, I'm thinking, what's that? Shadow? No, that would be sweat. That's how rough my morning has been. I'm sweating in 30-degree temperatures. It's actually about
I'm
40
like,
now.
hold on a second. It's much warmer than 30 right now.
It's warmed up a little bit. Now, we had water issues last night as far as freezing. We had to go break all the ice this morning from the feed trough. So it was a cold night, but the sun has come out and it's warmed up nicely.
Yeah.
So, but I can still sweat. And if you want to know how can someone sweat in 40 degrees, I'm holding a horse while a tooth is being pulled. I'm holding Wanda while he's having her leg examined, and that's not easy.
No, it's a challenge.
I'm holding tiny Tina, who's not really tiny, while he's extracting fluids from her knees. And then I'm holding Tiny Tim. Now you try holding Tiny Tim, who's
Tiny Tim
300 pounds.
Move.
Oh, he moved while he's trying to look at his tooth. And so doing all of that from 1:30 until I got here just now at 3. And that's why I would be sweating. So I'm fine now.
It's okay. It adds a nice like salt thing.
It actually is very symmetrical. And everyone who knows me knows I'm huge on symmetry. And this is almost a perfect symmetrical arch. A half moon or a quarter moon.
We couldn't have that out of whack. That's for
man,
sure.
if that would be the end of this hat. This would be a giveaway. We'd be giving this thing away. Daniel Orange has not gotten a hat yet, has he? Jason Coghill wears his. Jason over at Coghill loves it.
Because Daniel's almost matches yours already. Like, you didn't have to have an I'm a Survivor. He'll
Yeah,
just
he
make
might
one that looks super close.
That is true.
Yeah, it's 100% true.
That is true. I'm only able to read the YouTube. I can't read the Facebook because the phone's turned this way. We got the laptop here. So
I'm seeing a little bit on Facebook. So
a lot of people are asking, how did you lose the goose? How did you lose the goose? Do you want to talk about that? Or do you want to wait for the video? Well, we might as well mention it, but the video will still be standalone.
It was a predator.
It was a predator, and it was our first predator attack since we have moved Carl out of the Littles pasture. But me and Jake had this long talk this morning, and Ellie was there, and we're all having to, the meeting of the minds. And so Ellie's like, we'll put Carl back with the Littles. Ellie is beside himself. Ellie cannot stand when we lose an animal, and it's easier for me to take because I've lived here all my life, and you lose babies to predators, parasites, accidents. People have run over their dogs or have neighbors run over their dogs, or accidents happen, but it's always hard when you lose one, but it's harder on some than it is on others. And so when we came out this morning and discovered the goose, and we saw all the things that you'll see in the upcoming video, Ellie was just trying to think of, can we put some kind of electric fence around the top? And I'm like, Ellie, that's 15 acres that we'd be trying to put electric fence, and that's just not feasible. And I says, and besides, they would probably end up digging under. And then he's like, can we come by and like maybe get concrete and pour bags of concrete? And it's just that he just doesn't have a realistic vision of what kind of money and the amount of work that would take.
But there's still things that can fly over. There's still things that can climb trees and drop in. There's still, unless you have
smaller animals like possums and raccoons would climb or go right through the fence.
Right.
And so it may have been something very large this time that got into our pastures, and like I said, we'll bring it to you in a video. But you can't stop all of that. So he's like, then fine, can you put Carl back over here? And I'm like, Carl is in the back in the old pasture where we kept Tex with his ladies for a reason. That's the ostrich pasture now. So I'm upset too. And I think what makes me the most sad about the goose that we lost, and I'm giving away the entire video, is that it was one of the defenders. If you've noticed, and I know you've seen this before, if you watch any videos, we have some geese that will attack. Whenever me and Jake especially walk into the pasture, you have the same 4 geese come right at us. And those are usually the male geese, and they're conditioned to protect the nose ladies. Man, they will protect their queen. They'll protect all them eggs. They protect their ladies at all cost. And you admire that about any species, be it humans who protect their families at all cost, moms who protect their babies at all cost, firemen, policemen, soldiers who protect citizens at all cost. And if lo and behold, one of these male geese, who we didn't see it happen, y'all. We woke up to it. But I know, seeing it was one of the males, is that whatever predator got in there and came at the whole flock, those 4 males did their job and they rushed to it. They rushed to it. They ran to danger to protect those. Now I'm going to cry, Jamie. And one of them lost their life in all of that. And
so there's a lot of people that are like, why would you let them out? Why wouldn't you lock everybody up at night? Even if you locked everyone up at night and you had a steel cube that you put things in, there's still, you can't keep everybody living in a bubble or a box all day, every day. It's not possible. It's not right for them. They need to live lives that feel as close to nature as possible. And that's what we do. And I'll also say this. People are always like, why do you keep losing so many animals? I don't know if you know this right now. If you include all the feather babies, we are over 150 animals. That's a lot. And while to you, you may hear about we lost Petunia and Lola about a month ago, and now here we are, we've lost a goose. It may feel like a lot because that's the news that you're hearing, but it's when you have that many and they're all different, it happens. Well, it just does.
See, here's what I think is that for the most part, I'm not sure how many pages you follow who do animal rescue and animals forever homing. But most people would not even mention to you when they lose one. They would simply ignore your comments. Mm-hmm. They would ignore your emails, or they would simply lie and say, oh yeah, we found a really great home for that particular goose. Yeah. Or we found a great home for that goat. Or and so we would rather just be open and honest and truthful. And there are some, you can't handle the truth, as one of my favorite actors, Jack Nicholson, would have said. But no, the truth is you lose babies. We fight for them. We spend and make sure that they get the best of vet care. But you sometimes lose some. Like I said, parasites, predators, accidents, and
just general age in general. I mean, this is it's life, and because they're all here and we show you so much of it is probably just a different perspective on the other side. Oh my God,
you live by the sword, you die by the sword.
Yeah,
that's what I was thinking. I think that our pages have the success that we've had because we live by the sword. We share it all, Jamie. We tell them everything.
Things that they didn't even know they wanted to know. Maybe they don't want to know. Gosh.
Maybe some people can't handle the truth. And so I think that you would feel blessed to know that you're following a page that's going to tell you the good, the bad, and the ugly. And we'd said that before. But there are some people, and some of the negativity that we're seeing right now is the die by the sword. Yet we're not going to die. We're not going anywhere. Now, Facebook might. Well, let's talk about Facebook.
Okay.
Does anyone watch the news? As
much as I try not to, some of it sneaks into my life.
For somebody that has dedicated making a living for the most part on Facebook and YouTube, making a video creator, it terrified me on Thursday. Was it Thursday that the news was released that Facebook had lost like 30, am I saying this right, billion? The Facebook the Meta company who owns Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, the corporate guys are pulling out like crazy and their stock has plummeted and Facebook is in a really bad situation right now. I don't know the ins and outs. I will not even try to pick apart why or how. Everyone else is doing that. Everyone else that I've been reading comments is it's because Facebook jumped into politics and that was the biggest no-no you could ever commit. Maybe so. Facebook's trying to keep up with TikTok and they're trying to attract a younger audience. And that's a no. I don't know what it is. But what I do know is that Facebook is panicked right now. And that makes me panic for you guys. It does. It makes me worry about, will Facebook continue to exist? Number one, will Facebook continue to exist? How are they going to reprogram everything to get back in sync with what's working for them? Facebook, I thought, would be around forever. And here they are.
I do think it'll be around forever. I just think that you know how there are people who just want to, they call it keeping up with the Joneses, right? So you want to have all the newest and best and all the things. I think you and I have talked about this a lot, that when you figure out who you are, staying true to who you are, regardless of what's new and what's here and all the things, you have to do what fits you and what works best for you. So you and I have spent a great deal of time talking about what works for us, and that whether it be animal care, whether it be things with our kids, whether it be how we do our videos.
Yeah, long videos compared to short videos. You all know this. I have demonstrated and experimented with both. I have made minute-long videos. I have made 3-minute long videos. I have made 20-minute videos. So we do try and experiment to see what works best for us. And so ultimately, you guys who are our bosses, as far as the video creator bosses go, we listen to you. And so Facebook needs to learn to listen to its people, is what you're trying to say.
It is. And what I think, what I hope will happen is that they do sort of like regroup and go back to their roots. And I think that for a lot of people in life, I'm not talking about businesses in life, I'm talking about people in life. When you get sort of lost and you all of a sudden you're like, what am I doing with my life? I think that we tend to go back to our roots and then do a reset. So maybe that's where Facebook will go. Maybe that's my own naive like thoughts of thinking that it's humans and that it's heart and soul that somebody put into it, and that they'll go back, wait, let's take this back to doing what we know. And I hope that's true, because we've all seen Facebook change over the past few years of steering towards this and wanting you to see this. And, I just hope that Facebook finds their way, is what I'm saying. And if not, we'll still be here, YouTube and Facebook, until they kick us out, basically.
Oh yeah, no, don't anyone leave Facebook because of that. I think that we're going to keep making videos and putting them on both platforms until the day we're unable to upload anymore. And so I hope that Facebook sticks around, because like I've always said, even though I appreciate YouTube's and the ease of access and the way it's easy to use, Facebook is what made us who we are. Sure. Facebook is what made us who we are. And I'm going to say one more thing that I'm really excited about. We saw those Facebook memories pop up.
Yeah.
Those Facebook memories will pop up, and a memory popped up last night of a year ago. 1 year ago, we were celebrating our 1 million subscribers on Facebook.
Yeah.
A year ago, we were celebrating our 1 million subscribers, and I made a video I told the story to Pig Newton about how it all got started, and here we are at 1 million. About his grandma, Patty, #Patty Strong. That's one T, not two. Patty Strong. But the thing is, guess what? So here we are a year later, and we're at 1.6 and inching up on 1.7 million. So for as many people who are upset with Facebook and can't stand Facebook for the politics of it, and for whatever else they are upset with Facebook for, and for as much problem as Facebook is having as a business, we have grown 700,000 strong in a year.
Which is crazy.
On Facebook.
Which is crazy.
That is crazy. It's crazy to me, because I still look at the girl that thinks I'm too flashy. And I'm like, well, I'm so flashy, Jamie, they're not going to like me. So we are going to stay true to ourselves, and we're going to keep making long videos. And I'm sorry about the ads. I can't control that any more than you can control when you go watch a Netflix or a Hulu, or when you go to the movie theater and you get there just in time and you get you a seat and you sit down, you get your popcorn, your girl beside you, and all of a sudden the movie should be starting, but you got to watch a preview for that one.
Popcorn sounds so good.
And here's an upcoming video for that one. And those are like, and then you have a Coca-Cola commercial and an ad. You can't ignore ads, y'all. That's just how businesses. Race car drivers cover their bodies and their cars in ads. Have you seen that? You watch a basketball game, they have these transparent ads that come across the screen on the court.
Think about the Super Bowl. How many people like me watch the Super Bowl for the commercials?
Those are ads.
But I don't really care about the Super Bowl at all.
No, well, don't you dare mention that. We have people that love football on this page.
No, well, I said I don't, but I know there are people like me as well. They're like, I'm just here to watch the commercials and hoping that we're at a party that has some really amazing
right?
Snacks.
I'm a Survivor puts an ad on, and even though we don't do that, Facebook, YouTube controls the ads, and all of a sudden we all get screamed at, all caps. I used to watching till y'all started putting ads.
But you want to know something? You want to know something?
What, Jamie? What do they want to know?
YouTube and Facebook, whether we're a part of it or not, YouTube and Facebook is putting ads on videos regardless, and in between videos and all the things. Like that's their business model. That's what they do. So so you and I get to watch anything in the world that we want to as a user on YouTube. Anything
for free.
For free. We didn't pay to go to the movies. We didn't pay Dish Network to bring it to our homes. We didn't pay Charter or AT&T or anything else. We seriously took it upon ourselves, downloaded the app or put it on the TV, and we are watching it for free. And it is a wealth of knowledge and entertainment that is endless for free. So somebody is paying all of the people that build that maintain it, that keep it up. And the only way that they can do that is by putting advertisements on videos and on their platform. So it's a price to pay, but it's a small price to pay to be watching those commercials and then turn around.
You mentioned football, and all of a sudden, these people are all.
I'm sorry, I'm not one of you. I'm sorry.
No. They're all telling LE they're so sorry for LE because his Chiefs lost. Now, listen, I'm a Tom Brady fan. I know you're going to hate me for that, but so I can pick a player to admire, and I don't care if he plays for this team or for that team. I love work ethic. I love just the drive and the tenacity to overcome obstacles. And so I find players in every sport. Usually I go for underdogs. Tom Brady, I don't think for the most part has ever been really an underdog. But so I will root for an individual. But LE roots for a team. Kansas City. And you all know that 2 years ago when they won the Super Bowl, we had to drive LE to the parade. Now, that was a free event, obviously, but we had to drive through the ice and the snow. Well, I say we. I was scared. I was scared to drive. I don't drive. I can't drive in ice and snow. So I had to make Jamie drive while I slept, saying my prayers and holding my Bible that we would make it. But
you were snoring your butt off. You were not.
Anyway, we went through some really treacherous terrain at Mother Nature's just wrath of ice and snow to get LE to Kansas City for that darn parade. So last year, when they got beat by Tampa Bay, not only was I happy because that was Tom Brady, the old man, Tom, the old man. No, the old man.
We might have high-fived in the middle.
But I was so happy that meant we're not going to have to drive LE to any darn parade. Yes. And so this year, when I saw Tom Brady got beat, I'm like, oh no, that means the Chiefs are probably going to go all the way. And then to see them get beat by the Bengals, man, I tell you what, I've never been so happy in all my life. I'm sorry to all of you KC people. We have actually friends, Tony and wife, who live in Kansas City. And we met people from Kansas City while we were there.
We did.
Who follow the page. So nothing against Kansas City people. Good people. But I'm so happy we're not going to have to go up into your territory, your weather, and see another parade. And then I know what you're saying. Well, wait, can't LE drive himself? Heck no, he can't drive himself. If I can't drive through ice and snow, he's sure ain't going to drive through ice and snow. And so I would have to drive him. Even though he's not really a kid, he's my kid, and he'll always be my kid. But this year, we're not going to be driving to no Kansas City parade. That's for darn sure. And that's the only parade he would ever want to go see because that's his team. So anyway.
We're off the hook this year. That's good news.
Yeah. High five on that one. Yeah.
Oh my Lord. Well, we have really ridden this roller coaster of up and down for this live this Sunday. I want to say I'm on YouTube and on Facebook. I see that y'all are doing stars and super chats, and one lady was like, Lester, take Jamie out to dinner tonight. Y'all, you do not have to do that for us. But thank you. I'm so I saw the things flash by. I don't know how it fully works yet, but I was just, oh my gosh, that it's overwhelming and really I hope that y'all are taking care of yourselves first.
No, that we have to reemphasize that, Jamie. I'm gonna reemphasize that. I know I don't want to embarrass anybody, but I do know that Jake struggles financially a little. He's just learning his way through the social media, and I know he was just tickled pink whenever you guys did that for him on Thursday. That was just a huge blessing. But me and Jamie, I still work part time. Jamie works full time. We run the nonprofit, so we're getting a few donations and enough to buy our feeds and our vet cost. And so please never feel an obligation. Never, ever think that you're going to try to outbid somebody or out throw money at us. We're not gonna dance for you here, are we? We're not gonna dance. We all you're getting is this is what you get. And I know that you do it for the babies, and like someone just said, here's some money to take Jamie out. I will do that. And Valentine's Day is coming up. So I'm sure that I have no excuses now. Sorry, babe, I'm broke this year. No excuses now. But no, Jamie's right. Don't do that. Y'all please make sure that your families are taken care of and y'all do what you can for yourselves. Ladies, go get your hair done, get your nails done, get one of those amazing things done to your feet. What do they do when they put your feet in that bucket of hot water and they do all that?
Yeah.
Man, I want to have that one day, Jamie. But I'm not going to do
Well,
that.
Valentine's Day is coming up, Lester.
I would not do that with your money. I want you to do that with your money.
Yeah.
Hey, let's talk about things that we spent money on, though.
Okay.
I don't mind doing this. So there have been some pretty big projects that we've worked on in the last couple of months where we spent a significant amount of money. So the last one that we actually videoed was the well.
Yes.
Now that well was several thousands of dollars. And so anyone who has had wells done, but I think that we got us a good well. It'll last as long as I'm around, hopefully, as long as we don't do anything stupid.
It did really well through the freeze. So it's been freezing below freezing here, for the last 4 nights. Tonight is another one, and then we have 2 more to go. But it got down to 20 degrees 2 nights, and the well actually did really amazing. And that it's insulated right. It's got the right parts. Trudy did not break into this one. She has no access to this one, so that's a huge deal. And that is something that we're really blessed to have and to be able to ensure that there is water for every single animal here nonstop.
So normally I make separate little videos for the supporters, and I highlight and showcase all the things that we've gotten done because of their support. But since you brought up money, and I'll go ahead and just let these people know that this is not Lester and Jamie going off on vacations and stuff. We find ways to spend money for the animals and the betterment of the sanctuary. Jake and I are in the midst of a huge fencing project, and that has been just it is a large undertaking because you're not just putting up cheap wire and a couple of posts here and there. We bought big, solid 8-foot posts, and we're putting them deep in the ground. We're using the concrete substitute, which is more expensive but a lot easier on our back. We're bracing everything off right. We're using 6 strands of barbed wire we got across there, head and shoulders, knees and toesing that barbed wire. Some folks won't get that, Jamie, unless they really watch my videos and they watch them long enough to know what I'm talking about.
All 9 inches.
All 9 inches 9 inches apart. And that's funny. But so that's one project that's underway, and that's been a pretty expensive project. And
we also bought, you didn't talk about this very much. There is a video of when you started to put these up, but we were able to purchase with supporter money solar lights that are meant for parking lots. So they're like 6,000 lumens, and they're now on every single barn on both sides to be able to put light down in front of the entrances to deter predators, but also allow us to be able to check in on the babies. And
that's not using electricity.
Yes.
We're able to use our electricity for other needs and not have to worry about the lighting because they're solar powered. And what's neat about those lights are they're motion activated. So they're always on during the nighttime hours at a certain dim level. But then when you walk under them, then and everything lights up.
It looks like a football field when they light up.
And the lights come, we can actually see the lights coming through our windows. Yeah. So even if we're still awake and the lights come on, we're like, who's moving around out there?
Yeah. So then, it is a deterrent to predators as well. And we haven't said a lot about that, but those have been like a huge help to us in so many ways, to be able to look out there at night if we hear something or if we see that light come on. And just overall, when we're out doing things in our checks, that I'm not having to figure out where Lester left the dang flashlight at, or that the kids took the flashlight to play.
Yeah, we
and
can
whatnot.
see around our farm at night.
Yeah.
Of course, I'm back to the fencing. Don't forget that we also, for my dad, we fenced his side for him. And we did that stretch of fence first. That was about 300 yards of fencing that we ran down along my dad's side. And we did that for him as a gift to him, because his side of the fence needed it. And so now we're doing that for both sides. And so that's a huge project. We paid for the guy to come out and fix all of Pig Trudy's mess up.
Yes.
We have a contract with a guy who's going to come put big garage doors in our Littles barn. And if you know about our Littles barn, that's the one where all the goats and the pigs go, the alpacas at night. And so this, there's always been kind of a breezeway that blows down through there, and which has been neat in the summertime, but in the winter months, you don't want that. So we were going to get doors on each end, and these are big doors that we can kind of pull down to block that north wind, or pull down when we have a storm blowing out of the Gulf, that comes this way, so that those animals don't have to deal with that wind right in their face. And of course, everyone who knows about wind chill, they know how the north wind can affect you. And even in these southern storms, that rain can sometimes blow horizontal. It can literally blow in horizontally. So those goats who get inside there have to actually get up and hide behind the walls.
Yeah.
And we're going to be able to prevent all of that with these big garage doors.
Yeah, it's exciting. I know that it's probably something you've probably maybe not even thought about yet, but when we've got an animal that needs to be treated by the vet that is out in that barn where the weather's okay for the other animals to stay out, we'll be able to close those doors and be able to do the things inside the barn. We'll be able to, keep other animals out when maybe a mom is giving birth in there just for a short amount of time. Like there's just a lot of benefits to being able to have separation if you need it. And we're really looking forward to that getting done. And
then we spent $1,200 today.
Vet bills are expensive.
But think about the blessing to have the guy come to you.
Yes, it's a huge
to
deal.
have a very experienced, and of course, once again, this was part of my video, but some vets, not all vets are created the same.
No.
And so vets who work in your vet's office that mostly handle cats and dogs all day, they do. They become an expert on cats and dogs. And so even when we have to take an animal into the vet here in, where we normally go, they don't always know exactly if it's a farm animal, exactly what they're doing. So they have to get on the phone a lot and call up A&M, I believe, Texas A&M University, and seek guidance on where to go with certain things. But sometimes if you have a traveling vet who's licensed and certified, but he'll come to you, and he's an expert in farm animals, not, your dogs and cats.
Right.
Domestic. They're all domesticated, right?
Yeah. So, but there's small animals. So you have small animals, you have farm animals, you have exotics, you have reptile, you have all. I mean, a veterinarian goes to school, and just like a doctor, they learn the gist of everything, but then they can pick a specialty should they want to. And we are very blessed that this particular vet does farm animals specifically, and the dental work is another part of it.
And I'll say one last thing, whereas most people would have been very leery of walking inside of a stall with 2 8-foot ostriches, this guy did not hesitate. He did not hesitate. And I was surprised, because I can't imagine this guy has a lot of experience getting inside of a stall with an ostrich, because you've seen their talons are that long, and you've all seen videos of what they can do. And he did not hesitate. He walked right inside there, and he grabbed one of them by their neck, and he did what he had to do. And it just made me feel very happy to know that he has the confidence and the know-how, and he knows what he's doing. And then once we got the prognosis, is that what it's called? Or the prognosis?
Diagnosis.
then that was a huge relief on our shoulders and stuff. And I don't want to. I've just given all my videos away for the week.
Man,
I have sat here and given away all of my videos. Y'all might as well just take the week off. Go watch some other channels.
Do not take the week off because
no, don't do that.
I have some amazing videos. Like yesterday morning.
Please.
Oh my gosh.
Please watch the videos. Watch the videos, please. Do the entirety. Watch the entirety of the. Okay. That's a little desperate.
No, yeah,
I'm like,
what? No, I think that
please don't screenshot that.
Amazing things coming up this week because I have a lot of things that happened over the weekend that happened at the end of last week. Of course, we can't forget, the makeup tutorial that's coming that is just outstanding.
Yeah, no, for real, y'all. We joke and we jest, and I don't mind talking about upcoming things, but y'all watch the videos. Please watch the videos. Before we get off, don't leave right now. You've only been here for 50 minutes. You can give us 10 more minutes. We've got a couple of things. I think this is hilarious. I was reading. It's hard to see with the light, but it says, to Jami, Lester, and then, or Jake.
Anybody will do.
Anyone, just to Jami and Lester, and then
I love that.
Or Jake, whatever, or Jake.
I love that because you know what that means to me, that they know that we all communicate so much. Just like in my job, I tell people, if you get one of us, just consider you've got all of us, and that's how it feels.
And then it says it's safe to read on camera. This person must watch some live, so they know that's not everything is child friendly, kid friendly, or sensitive viewer friendly. And some things are not meant to be shared. They're meant to be for me and Jami to get to read and to talk about, but not for everybody. But this over here says it's safe to read on camera, and it comes from Royal Mail.
You love the Royal
Mail. I feel like it might be from the Queen or someone in royalty. Could that be possible that someone in the royal family would ever send us anything? Oh gosh, hold those up while I read this letter. Hey, Lester, Jami, and maybe Jake.
Oh, this is definitely a Jake thing right here. This is Moo for sure. And that's the Jake part. Be Annie. I love it.
Please find the enclosed gift for Jami and Lester. That's the alpaca, she says. Oh, and I included one for Jake. These are prints from my favorite artist here in the UK. Her name is Jami Taylor.
What a great name.
I have many of his prints in my home. He likes to paint animals. I just want to thank you guys for all of your hard work and dedication. I watched the whole family, every video from start to finish. Jami, we got to send her a prize.
We're not sending out hats. Don't you be even acting like it, because now everybody's going to
look at my sweat ring. It has a sweat ring, Jami. I don't think she'd want this anyway. I'm kidding. No one's going to want a sweat ringed hat. That was a joke.
I know it was a joke, but everybody, this next comment, I bet you, right? Look, there's one right there that says, how do we get a hat? I told you.
Well, you have to start by watching the videos from start to finish.
That's not true.
Here we go. No, that means a lot though. You make me laugh, you make me cry, but more than anything, you make me feel alive and like part of the family. I cannot think of a better, if I had to describe, if someone was ever asked me, so Lester, what would be your ultimate goal in video creation? I would like to make people laugh and sometimes make them cry. But more than anything else, I want people to feel alive and part of the family.
That's your pageant question, is what you're telling me? Your pageant answer?
Is that like a beauty pageant? Well, there you go. I'm going to memorize that and I'm going to use it. So I'm going to use it. Every animal you have is special to me, but and I love them all. But if I was pushed to pick a favorite, it would be Moo, your big galoot. Why? What has Moo done? What has Moo not done?
Some of y'all have never been chased in the pasture by Moo or almost run over by him. That's what I'll say.
Moo, that big galoot. Man, I've always had a soft spot for cows. I wish I had the words to express how much your videos help me. Okay. I'm in my 23rd year of working for the NHS, which is the National Health Service here in the UK. And as you can imagine, it's been a very tough year.
I can't even
I
imagine.
imagine any health organization, including what you do, is tough. So I'm going to pause the letter for a second. Jami has been super stressed with the number of doctors who call in sick. Guys, when a doctor calls in sick, their shifts have to be covered. And that puts Jami in the hot seat. And if it's like a COVID type related thing, she's trying to find doctors to cover doctors' shifts when they're going to be out for X number of days. And that has put Jami and Daryl and their whoo-wee. Anyway, let me finish this and I'll let you talk about that.
Okay.
Please keep doing what you guys do and let everyone see your bright light shine. Jami, that's catching on.
Mm-hmm.
Why can't that be a Lesterism instead of sheesh?
Because sheesh is great. So is let your light shine, but sheesh
Let your light shine. Sheesh. That would be great. You are very special people. Sending love and hugs from a very small town called Chichester in the south of England. Lots of love from Claire. And she puts all of them X's, man. You Brits love to put them X's on everything. So thank you very much. That's beautiful. And there was a couple of things that I love about that. More than the paintings. The paintings are beautiful. The alpaca and the cow and her love of our big galoot. But the fact that she agrees and she sees the light that shines, she understands that we've welcomed people in to become a larger part of the amazing family of ours, and that she put into words that we've never, it would be hard for us to put it into our own words, but from our videos, she gets, what's she get again? Because that's going to be my famous line that I'm going to use in my pageant. I haven't learned it yet. She sees, she laughs, she cries,
but mostly she feels alive.
But mostly it helps her feel alive.
So I know there's a meme that I have had on my Instagram wall for years and years and years because I like connected with it. It's very similar to that. But it says some people bring out the best in you, some people bring out the worst in you, and some people just make you feel so alive.
Oh.
And that I relate to that so very much because I would agree that there are instances and people we encounter in life who maybe don't bring out the best in us, and there are others who do bring out the very best, but sometimes that best is short-lived and you can only be at that part for so long. But feeling alive is where you feel all the emotions, and I think that's one of the neatest parts about just being human is that you can feel what it feels like to be alive.
So two things. Lester, X's mean kisses from England. Okay, thank you. And then someone else put that they just wanted to let us know how much the videos help them with some mental health issues they're going through. I do not think that I'm near qualified enough to be any kind of a spokesperson for mental health. Everyone knows that I struggle, and some days are worse than others. I've made it to where I can kind of laugh about it, and that's important. Jami has seen me at some of my worst, and I think that I've even made some videos when I haven't been 100%. And I think that most people can call it out, and they don't mind calling it out real fast that Lester's not feeling well today. But it's very therapeutic to talk about and to kind of get it off your chest. I lived with a family who were from a generation who were the kind of people that, hey, if you fall down and you get a bump or a bruise or a cut, you wipe it off with a little dirt and keep going. And so realizing that you had something going on in your head that wasn't quite normal, it was kind of the same mentality of you don't talk about it. If you don't talk about it, it doesn't exist. You don't talk about it because if you get to a point where you just feel like you need to talk about it and there's something wrong and there's something wrong, yet nobody wants to listen, or you just ignore it. You ignore it. And then at some point, you just ignore that person because that person is going to bring that drama, that questions that we don't have answers to. That person is going to bring those issues that we don't know what's going on. That person is, and it begins to make you feel outcasted, and maybe it makes you begin to feel weak, and it makes it where life becomes very difficult. And that's when the dark things begin to come in. And so I will just say this, I don't know your particular situation, but if the videos truly do give you a place where you feel like you can have an escape, a temporary escape from some of the dark moments, then that in itself is something that I would add to this over here. You laugh, you cry, you feel alive, and you can sometimes find a temporary escape from dark moments. But just don't think you're ever alone, because I felt alone. Most of my life, I felt alone, very, very alone. And I've even mentioned this before, that people who don't understand mental illness, they don't get it. And I'm not being mean. I've even said sometimes Jami just doesn't get it. And I don't think that you get it as much as you try to get it, because the things that you struggle with, I don't sometimes get. And the things that I struggle with, you don't sometimes get, but we try to support each other. And then this has been a huge support here, having folks here who realize that Lester's a lot like me and I'm a lot like you. And so that right there in itself is so very therapeutic. And I have found myself kind of escaping to the animals. And isn't it dumb how sometimes you run to people and sometimes you have to run away from people to find help. And so I found myself running away from people and running to what I have found as animals, and that has helped me. I feel embarrassed saying that.
You shouldn't be embarrassed to say that. I think that making yourself vulnerable and saying what does or doesn't help gives people hope, I guess, that there's, that there will be good days coming when they're in those, valleys. And I think that's one of the greatest things that we've learned about our social media platforms and our friends and family on here is that the more that you become human and show that you're human and that not every day is out petting alpacas and brushing beautiful horses, that we all get sick and we all have bad days and we all have moments of weakness or where we aren't being our best selves, for lack of better words, and that it's okay. It's okay to have those days. It's not okay to stay there. It's not okay to, live there in those moments, but to lean on who you need to. And if that's an 8-foot tall ostrich, then it is. And if it's your cat, or if it's somebody else through social media that you've connected with because those are in your daily living don't get it, that's okay too. And that is the power of Facebook and of YouTube, that we have this amazing community of people who are all survivors of something. And that the more that we show that not everything is perfect, the better we become as human beings. I want to say one thing before that. I think Jake must have seen this picture of Moo, and before you said it was his, decided that he was going to start bidding on it or something, because he put $20 in the super chat and told people that he would really like this.
Jake, we'll give it to you. I don't got to pay for it. Are they trying to outbid Jake to have it?
I don't know what's going on, but people are like, Jake's in the super chat. Jake's still here, guys. Jake, pay attention. And yeah. Jake, don't worry. It's not, I won't put it on my wall. I will put it on yours. This is very Moo. It's very you. So don't worry. One more thing. I'm sorry. I'm interrupting you. Somebody says, why is Jami always looking up? Okay. I know. It's a shocker. So YouTube is on a computer and the camera is right below the Facebook camera. We have not mastered all of the IT pieces yet. So for those of you on YouTube, I'm looking up because the Facebook camera is up and the computer camera is it's just the strategy. I'm not like fighting off tears at this moment, but I'm just bouncing back and forth between cameras.
I believe that they probably say, Lester, why are you looking down? Because I tend to look more at trying to see what's going on my laptop, because we're bigger and my vision's not the best. So I have a hard time seeing what's going on across here, which is the Facebook. I prefer to look at the bigger picture in YouTube. So I'm probably looking down. You're probably looking up. So we look like we're all over the place.
Yeah, we're just a bunch of
crazies. Like cross-eyed. Yeah, can we just like look cross-eyed and then they would never notice?
I don't think that's cross-eyed, babe. Can you look cross-eyed?
I can't do the cross-eyed thing. Am I doing it? No. Let's move on. We got a letter here, and I don't get this for anything. I'm gonna try to hold it up so you can see a little bit of what I've been looking at all week. And it says, Animal Jail Officer, care of Lester Morrow. It shows a guy in a jail suit, a prison uniform, and then an officer locking him up. And at the top, it says, orange is the new cell block. Lock them up. So I don't exactly know what to expect here. Seriously, I do not know what to expect here. And there's not a return address. So that's even a little bit more scary. This person taped it up. So it's not just sealed the way a normal envelope would seal. It's like all taped up. So
I'm so curious.
If there's anthrax in here, oh my gosh, Jamie, what is this? Okay.
It looks like a ransom note. What did you do?
It does look like a ransom note. Okay. Please tell Officer Krazukia we are breaking up.
I'm so confused right now.
Okay, we are stuck in traffic. We have not showered. We're smelling a bit rank. Communications are very bad. June 15th, 1922. Oh, Scarlet, wait for me. My dear, I don't give a damn.
Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.
Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.
Dr. Steve and Dr. Dyke. Okay, so there's a lot in this letter that comes from different places. But...
Okay, so I do not shoot the messenger. I'm just showing you what I got in the mail. Jamie, your face looks like you're terrified. So I don't really know exactly what I'm seeing here, and I don't know who this is from, but it's obviously it was a okay. Well, we'll move on from there. I don't know what to say about that one. We have two more, and then we got a couple of Jamies over here.
Babe, I hate to tell you this, but we're gonna have to push some of these to Tuesday night because we're gonna bring Lex home.
Okay, let me open the one to Cornholio real fast. This is to Cornholio. Oh, I love Cornholio. We all love Cornholio. Today, it's on video. You have to wait to see it. But when the vet was here, we'd gone out to look at Tiny Tim, and Cornholio did not appreciate anybody messing with Tiny Tim. And Cornholio came up from behind us. And you know how Cornholio has his own little spurs, right? Cornholio has his own little spurs. And, all right, so you open this. This is a gift of some sort. Whoa. Now, this is a whole lot more. Oh, okay. I see pictures. Dear Lester and Jamie, when watching one of your latest live videos, I heard you mention something about Thanksgiving, and you showed a picture of a turkey with a tie on. And then you mentioned that Cornholio didn't have a necktie. Well, that comment placed something on my heart to make him one. And so here's a bow tie for the next special occasion. That way you can put them on him for a video or just take a simple picture. I added elastic and Velcro, which is breakaway, just in case. I wouldn't want him to hang himself.
Aww, these are so cute. I cannot wait to do this. You have no idea. He also has a top hat. I'm not going to lie.
He does have a top hat.
This is going to be amazing.
I love watching your videos every morning. They bring me so much joy and laughter and tears at times. I love animals and all their different personalities. I myself have 3 cats that I call my kittles. Tex is just a hoot. I would say he's your problem child, and we've all had one. She says, and see the enclosed comic that suits our Tex. And it shows a longhorn up on the, no, those are not monkey bars, are they? Like,
yeah,
like a monkey bar. And he goes, help, hello, anyone help? Or something to that effect. Yeah, that would be Tex. All right. And I like what she said here. I'm not going to read a whole lot of it right now because you said we're running short on time. But,
we are over
you know, what's what she said? Every morning I either laugh, you know, or sometimes cry and feel joy. Isn't that entertainment, Jamie?
Yeah.
Is that not entertainment? Because when you go watch a movie, sometimes they can pull out all kinds of emotions. And so whenever I say I'm here for entertainment purposes only. Oh, I was in trouble yesterday. I put Debbie twerking for Carl. I made a video of our ostrich twerking for Carl, and I got in trouble, Jamie. I got a lot of people who thought that was very inappropriate.
Lester, let's be honest here. You like to live on just a little bit over that edge of like,
yep, that's me.
Just to push it so far to the limit that you're giggling still, but also terrified.
Well, listen to this. Here's the thing. So I was thinking to myself last night, I'm like, wow, that was a kind of a lot of people didn't really appreciate that. Even though I gave a warning, I put my little warning label on there, not for sensitive viewers, 18 and older, y'all. And people still chose to watch, but come at me because they didn't appreciate the content, because that ostrich was not twerking. That's a mating ritual. I know that.
Well, maybe in the human world it is a mating ritual too, but we just put a weird label on it. I don't know.
Thank you, Jamie.
But hold on a second. I want to say something about the whole like still watching it, but after the warning, even though you were warned. Okay, I'm gonna say it here from maybe people I know's experience, maybe a friend speaking for a friend here. When you watch it past a point and you knew that you like it's a train wreck, you don't want to watch, but you can't stop watching, and then you find humor in it, but you don't want to hit like, because then other people might know that, especially on Facebook, that you supported something or that you were into it. So instead, I think that people might put something completely opposite, like, Lester, how dare you? So that way, just in case somebody sees that they watched it, that they don't feel like that they truly enjoyed that little train wreck.
Yeah, we joke and call that the Bible Belt syndrome. I don't know the Bible Belt. I've heard that expression. I don't think that really exists anymore. The Bible Belt states, the folks that are all about the holy rollers. But a lot of Bible Belt people will, Sunday Christians, y'all. And so what you're saying is this person, she saw the warning, but she wanted to watch. Oh my God, look at this. And she enjoyed what she saw, that little ostrich doing her little dance, her little mating ritual. But even though she was enjoying it, her conscience was saying, you can't enjoy this. Shame on you. There's those two little devil and angel right there. And no, keep watching. This is funny. No, don't watch it. This is horrible. Oh, no, it's not. Look at that twerk. Bounce it, girl, bounce it. No, this is horrible. And so she's having that inner debate. So now that she's watched it, and she maybe enjoyed it enough to keep watching it, but she has this need to say, I didn't enjoy this. I find this is repulsive when you relate animals to humans. And I can't believe all the little innuendos you put into your videos when you were warned not to watch it. I call that entertainment, y'all. I call it entertainment. It's not cancel culture. It's called a choice. You can click X and leave anytime you want to. But I made this lady laugh or cry. And that's what I live for. That's what I live for. And I made her light shine. I made her light shine. And I made this guy write us a death threat. So, hey, it is what it is. There's all kinds. Franklin, my dear, I don't give a damn. Or whatever he said. That came out really fast.
That's a lot. So I don't even know where to go with that. So what I'm going to say is that we have to take Lex home. We have to feed up really quick before we go do that.
I apologize for nothing. I'm not changing.
You know what? We are who we are.
Yes, we are. I'm going to take this off as soon as the live is over, just so y'all know. I would never take Lex to his mom and say, hey, here's your son, you know. So
what matters is
I'm Longhorn Lester. Who the hell you think I am? This is just Dr. Pepper.
What was in that letter that you inhaled? And yeah. Anyway, so
thank you, Kathleen.
Thank you all.
Thank you for sharing your story.
Being here with us every day, specifically today, for supporting our wild and crazy shit show and loving us.
I gotta say one last thing before you leave. Everyone knows that Lana Shea, she is the one that organizes and runs the Sanctuary Tales. It's a page. It's not run by any of us. She asked permission to repost links to videos after they've already played on our pages. And I just want you to keep her in your thoughts and prayers, because her husband is undergoing a heart surgery. And I know that she's a little bit, well, the way any of us would be if your loved one, your life partner, is undergoing something as scary as a procedure like that. So she and I talk on a regular basis, and she's just kind of beside herself with worry and fear. And so you guys lift her up and keep her in your thoughts as you go about your day. And this week's videos, there will be the tough one with the goose that we lost, the predator attack. And there'll also be the touching one with Jamie's horse, the ostriches, and Tiny Tim with the traveling vet visit, along with lots of stuff with Tex and Billy, and you know how we do it. Fence repairs and everything else. Thank y'all for loving us. Thank you for watching us. Thank you for the entertainment that you receive in the forms of laugh, cry, tears. And y'all remember to let your light shine.
All right, y'all.
Is that all?
That's it.
You're gonna end it on that note?
Thanks for being a part of our family and for putting up with all of this entertainment. We'll see you all on Tuesday for Timeout Tuesday.
Wait, are you doing more karaoke?
It was pretty fun. We might bring back some karaoke.
I'm going to try to moderate, but I may end up having to come over here at some point, just so you know, Jamie.
Bye, y'all.
How do you end this one over here? I can't find the mousey. There it is. Got it. All right. Okay, good. High five.